Good evening, everyone. This is Meldita, and I'm back here at my YouTube channel, MELDITA'S Info Corner. Weeks ago, I spoke about ICD and CRT-D. This time, it will be a continuation, and I will talk about ICD or CRT-D's response to monomorphic ventricular tachycardia with or without pulse. On my left side here is a dual pacemaker ICD, and we have two wires. We have the right atrial pacemaker, and we have the right ventricular wire, and this serves three purposes here: as a right ventricular pacemaker, as a cardioverter, and defibrillator. Okay, here on my right is a CRT-D, which is a dual biventricular pacemaker, and we have three wires. The three wires here, we have a right atrial pacemaker. We have here a right ventricular wire, which serves three purposes here: as a right ventricular pacemaker, cardioverter, defibrillator, and we have also here a wire that goes to the left ventricle, to the back part, and that is our left ventricular pacemaker. Okay, so both ICD and CRT-D has an anti-tachycardia pacing, or ATP in short, cardioverting function, and defibrillating function. So ATP. Okay, what do you mean by ATP here? So ATP is actually a delivery of time pacing impulses per episode or train, usually 6 to 8 impulses to terminate monomorphic VTAC with pulse or with no pulse. Okay, and we have two types. We have the burst and the ramp. The burst pacing delivers series of impulses at constant pacing rate because we have a fixed pacing interval. Okay, the ramp pacing delivers series of impulses, okay, at increasing pacing rate because we have a decreasing pacing interval. So we have an example on my left side here. Okay, burst pacing. Burst pacing here, we have here a monomorphic VTAC, and you notice that we have 4 burst pacing impulses in here, and they have the same distance. Okay, from one spike to the other is 300 milliseconds all throughout, because we have also a fixed pacing interval. Okay, the monomorphic VTAC did not disappear. It remains. So we're gonna deliver the second burst. So this time 4 bits. We increase the distance by decreasing the pacing interval, so the rate increases. Okay, so that's from 300, now this one is 227. So it succeeded and terminating the monomorphic VTAC, now it's junctional rhythm. Okay, that is for burst pacing. For ramp pacing here, we have a monomorphic VTAC, and we have here ramp pacing. We have 5 bits. In ramp pacing, it varies. Their distance vary. Each of their distances vary. So this distance varies, okay, from 300 to 292 to 84 to 76. So each distance varies. So the pacing interval also varies. So the pacing interval decreases, okay, and the rate increases. So that is for the ramp. So decreasing the pacing interval, okay, we are also going to increase the heart rate. They're not the same rate, but they're not the same interval. Succeeded in eliminating the monomorphic ventricular tachycardia here. Now it's junctional rhythm. Okay, we have more examples here with burst pacing. We have here slow VTAC. We have here burst pacing. Okay, and it successfully eliminated the VTAC and back to the usual V-pace rhythm. The second example here is ramp. As I told you with ramp, the rate continues to increase and the pacing interval continues to decrease. So it successfully eliminated the monomorphic VTAC to a V-pace rhythm. We have another example of burst pacing here. This is the one. And we have a faster ventricular tachycardia. And we have here burst pacing of 6 beats. We have big couplets that followed. And then back to the usual sinus bradycardia with first degree block. And there is a little bit of a right bundle branch block. Okay. Is there such thing as failure to detect sustained monomorphic VTAC by ICD or CRT-D? Definitely. Okay, an example here is a monomorphic VTAC, okay, and the rate is 145 beats per minute. But the problem here, the ICD and CRT-D, the VTAC detection rate limit is at 160 beats per minute. That is the program rate, and it fails to detect this VTAC because this is slower than their set rate limit. Okay, so what the doctor will do is to interrogate the device. Okay, so they interrogate the device, and they had decreased the VTAC detection rate limit to 130 beats per minute. Burst pacing followed, and it successfully terminated the monomorphic VTAC and back to the V-pace rhythm. Burst pacing is actually now commonly used for ICD and CRT-D. Okay, so that's about it. Okay. I will stop for now. I'll just take a little break and then continue with the second part. So that is ICD or CRT-D's response to monomorphic ventricular tachycardia. Thank you.